Now, I am proud to be the daughter of Ghanaian migrants, and they're even prouder that myself and my honourable friend, the member for Erith and Thamesmead, are jointly the first women of Ghanaian heritage to sit in this House. The support we have received from the Ghanaian community in the UK and globally has been immeasurable. Ghanaian Brits boast many notable names: Stormzy, June Sarpong, the editor of Vogue, Edward Enninful, and too many others to count. But as I'm often reminded, the most important British Ghanaian to ever walk this earth is, of course, my mum. I cite my heritage not just because it's important to me, but because it underpins my experience in this country, my country, and my fear as racism and other hate crimes are on the rise. Today we're debating global Britain. And you know, there is that saying that if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you've come from, you don't know where you're going. And it strikes me that as a country we cannot begin to fulfil this idea of global Britain until we first address the historic injustices of the British Empire. Injustices including slavery and colonialism. Firstly, because it's the right thing to do, but also because we may soon find ourselves out in the cold if we don't. Madam Deputy Speaker, whilst we spent years debating Brexit, and as my friend, the member for Putney, the honourable member for Putney has said, engaged in a monumental self-harm, you know that India surpassed the UK to become the 5th richest economy in the world. India, a former British colony where this country presided over a bloody partition, the Amritsar massacre and the Bengal famine. We also see countries in Africa like Ghana, Kenya and Uganda amongst the fastest growing economies in the world. Countries that Britain deliberately underdeveloped, stole resources for and brutally enslaved its people. Madam Deputy Speaker, were you aware that in the mid to late 1700s, over 50 members of this House represented slave plantations? Members of Parliament, just like me, enslaved people that looked just like me. I'm someone who firmly believes that the only way you can tackle an issue is at its very root. And the racism which I and many others in this country face on a daily basis has its very root in these injustices. Not only will this country, my country, not apologise, and by apologise I mean properly apologise, not expressing deep regret. Not only will they not apologise, they have not once offered a form of reparations. Now, people see reparations as some kind of idea of handing over large sums of money, but why could we not start with it today? Simple things like fairer trade. Simple things like returning items that do not belong to us. And simple things like cancelling debts that we have paid over and over again. And I believe the reason for this, Madam Deputy Speaker, is because we only apologise to our equals. We only make amends with our equals. So I have to ask, how can I be equal to every other member in this House when this is how this House treats people that look just like me?